Welcome back, fightflock.com. Got a few thoughts today I want to share. This flock camera stuff is out of control, right? These things are all over the country. There's more than 60,000 of them right now in our country and growing every day. It's more than just getting the tag and the information off your tag. They're AI generated. So basically they're getting descriptions of cars and they're reading the whole car, right? They're figuring out, tracking where it goes. And that's obviously, to me, that's a Fourth Amendment violation. That shouldn't be happening. But we're here now. We have to fight it. First, we got to educate people about it. And that's going to take time. Most people I talk to, I'm talking to people all the time about this. There's a lot of people have no clue what's going on. First, we got to educate these people, get the word out there before we can even try to stop it. First people got to know about it. But yeah, so the flock cameras, obviously, there's an end game to that. I'm sure we'll get into that later on at some point. But it's more than just about tracking bad guys, stealing cars, and tracking down kidnappers. It's way more than that, I guarantee you that. But myself personally, this all started a couple years ago. I was very suspicious of these cameras. I seen it coming. I kind of seen them starting to put those cameras up everywhere where I live in my area, and thought that was definitely not right. Then I got a little over a year ago, got dragged into a police chase. You see my video on YouTube. Probably one of the biggest police chases in the United States history, where a guy got away from 18 police cars and counting. That doesn't happen, really. Basically outran the radio. You can check that video out. Its title is Modified BMW M3 Outruns Holly Springs Police, Cherokee Sheriff. Basically outruns the whole night shift. But that's where we're at today. So I really, this message is for the street racers out there, young folks. Y'all, I get the need for speed. I totally get that. It's not like it was back in the day. We could do that stuff, and we pretty much didn't have a lot of heat on us. Policing was different then too, way different than it is now. Now it's all about the money, right? It's dollars and cents. Safety. It's about safety spelled with a dollar sign AFETY, right? So you street racers, y'all have got to realize, man, the police have all the advantages. They hold all the cards, and we got to realize that your cell phone is the biggest thing that can convict you. They can get location data right from the cell carrier, from AT&T or T-Mobile. They don't even need your physical phone. You hear a lot about the physical phone stuff, and that's all BS. They get a search warrant right to your carrier, figure out where you were at that night, that day, whatever. Make a breadcrumb trail. Thanks to the Patriot Act, 9/11, they can pretty much do that. Patriot Act's probably the worst thing that was ever passed after 9/11 terrorist attacks. If you're old enough to remember that was a big joke. So it's all about your safety, and it turned out to be about infringing on our rights as Americans. We probably caught 3 terrorists with that Patriot Act, and probably affected 400 million people with it that were law-abiding, some way or another. Which is crazy. But anyway, back to the street racing. The thing with the street racing, man, that you got to realize that the police are going to lie in reports. They do all the time. And the reason they lie is because they're never held accountable. Most cases don't go to trial. They either get pled out, or that people plead guilty or get a plea deal. And so that's 99% of your cases. So the police can lie in reports. They tell white lies, even exaggerations. Exaggerations is still like a lie, right? I've seen it firsthand in my experience. It was some blatant exaggerations, but they get away with that stuff. Very, very, very rare that they get held accountable. Like I say, most cases are going to be basically pled out before they even go to trial. So those police reports are never scrutinized. And again, I'm not an attorney, but I lived this firsthand. I know a lot about what goes on. I was dragged in the middle of this whole police chase. I had a legal search in my house. I was involved in that. Could have ended in fatalities. You can watch the video, see that. It's basically, this is, a lot of that police emotion. They get crazy with that. A lot of our policing problem is because the police, they operate out of emotion, right? That's probably 85% of the police, and that's not really a good thing, right? Operating out of emotion is bad, and they're not. Yeah, they're out of control. I mean, there's no joke about that. They're out of control. And again, I was an advocate of police, but I'm not seeing lately. Probably the last 10 years of my life here, I've not seen much to be too proud of when it comes to policing, and it's probably worse than ever right now. And a lot of jurisdictions are, they're like Gestapo. They're hardcore. Like I say, they crack down on speeding, all this stuff. It's all about money, right? Obviously, speeding tickets are not about safety. Everyone knows that. But yeah, so basically, the street racers, you got to realize the deck of cards is stacked against y'all. You've got, like I say, the cell phone. It could give you away your positioning. It's pretty easy to get warrants for the police. It's so simple. They got a guy sitting behind a desk, and basically, calling these cell phone companies, getting warrants. It's basically, it's a simple assignment, man. And the thing about there's TV, watch TV, movies. That don't believe all that. The police will find you. They're gonna get you, man. And again, I'm all about having fun, and there's like I say, you think you're gonna get away or not. It depends on where you live too. I mean, obviously some liberal jurisdictions are not gonna come after you as hard, but there's a lot of places in this country. I live in the state of Georgia. They're gonna police chase you here. They're gonna chase you down. It's not like California where they're gonna just monitor you and then maybe come get you later. Georgia will try to track you down, try to run you down. And that's all about ego, right? Obviously we know that, right? Because now they know they have the technology, right? And they could just track you with technology, but it's all about feeding that ego, right? So that's partly why they chase you. Plus, they do have to establish a chase for the court case, right? So they do have to establish that, but that's simple, but they overdo that for sure. But yeah, so you've got to realize, all these sideshows, street events, if you're fleeing and looting, you got to realize that the police hold all the cards, man. Trust me on that. And again, you get in the court system, it's going to swallow you up. Most judges, from my experience, most judges are not too fair, just this way it is, few and far between. The prosecutors, the judges, it's all one big club, right? They all work together, so just remember that. If you're gonna get a chase, man, throw your phone out the window, all right? Throw it out the window as soon as you start getting chased. Not condoning or advocating running from the police. But don't talk to police. Don't ever talk to the police. Don't say you did it. Don't say you didn't do it. Don't tell them either way. If you get busted, you got the right to remain silent. For sure, exercise those rights. Unless because they will trip you up. They'll arrest you. They'll rearrest you saying you gave false statements. They'll do that. They do that in Cherokee County, Georgia, where I live. They'll rearrest you for giving false statements, things like that. They have all kind of tricks. They try to shake you down, put heat on you. It's a little game they play, right? Little game they play. Very rarely, again, are they held accountable. It's unfortunate. But this is where we're at, right? This is where we're at. Again, you got to realize it's all about the money. And, speeding tickets, they basically, it's changed. Where I live in Cherokee County, Georgia, they got traffic court now where they give you probation for speeding a year. And I know a guy he was involved in a speeding situation where he got 1 year probation and paid the speeding ticket. And then he got a hands-free ticket, which is just holding a cell phone in a car. They violated his probation. He served 30 days in jail for holding a cell phone. That's no joke. You can look that up. Most people won't even believe that watching this video. But yeah, 30 days in jail for holding a cell phone, basically what happened. So that's in some jurisdictions, like I say. Some are like Gestapo. Some are pretty liberal. You don't even have you don't even have cash bond in a lot of places either around the country. They just walk free without having to pay a dime. That's pretty nice. But not here. So just realize, you street racers, realize the police have all the advantages, man, and you're not gonna get away. And again, you can watch my video, see what I went through. It was again, police were overall, with my experience, probably 1 out of 10 police officers I dealt with were pretty honest. Most were not, which is horrible, right? Even the supervisors were pretty bad. You ask for a supervisor, right? You see those in a lot of these YouTube videos, and yeah, the supervisors are some of the worst ones I dealt with. In my cases, in my experience, they were the worst ones. You think they would be most disciplined? They were probably the most undisciplined. So it's like wild, wild west out here. Again, we have a policing problem, obviously, and that's not going to go away, right? So just remember that. Again, for all you street racers, man, just keep this in mind. This is basically my testimonial to you all. All right. We'll talk to you in the next video. Yeah, please subscribe. Yeah, please subscribe. Help this algorithm here. Yeah, thank you.